realities, and we know how difficult this matter is, we are bound as governments to protect our citizens, to protect our territories, to come to grips with the protection of our borders. And here we'll also look forward to joint ventures and joint undertakings. I do appreciate your understanding for our specific situation. We have border with with Belarus. Back in my Council of Europe times, I remember how difficult those border protection topics were. But we very much look forward to further cooperation. Cooperation project is very long. I speak volumes about it, but there's all good, long-standing cooperation between the UK and Poland is flourishing. Thank you. Over to you. And now over to Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
It's great to be here with you. And I've come directly from visiting British troops stationed in northeast Poland, where they serve alongside your Polish armed forces guarding NATO's eastern flank. And it is a reminder of the incredible strength of our relationship. We are sojusznicy na zawsze. I hope I got that right. Allies for the long term.
Understandable, yes. Okay.
And we will never forget in Britain that it was Polish pilots that gave their lives to protect our country in the Battle of Britain. And today we're proud to stand together as NATO allies, two of Europe's biggest military powers, two of Ukraine's firmest friends. And Donald, I want to thank you and President Duda for your leadership in supporting Ukraine. We have stood beside them for 2 years, but this is the moment for us militarily to go further, and today I announced an extra £500 million of additional support to Ukraine to provide more help on the battlefield and defend against the relentless Russian bombardment. And together I know that we'll call on all our partners to look again at what more they can do. And that now includes acting to unlock Russia's frozen assets, which you and I have discussed. And I also want to thank you for being so clear-sighted on the rising threats that are facing our continent. And again, on this issue, we're of one mind. Today, I announced a historic uplift in UK defence spending to meet those threats to a new baseline of 2.5% of GDP. It's the biggest strengthening of our national defence since the end of the Cold War, because it's time for us to rearm. And across Europe, I think Poland and the UK are part of a growing wave of countries that are taking greater responsibility for our collective security. Poland spending more of its GDP on defence than any NATO ally in Europe. And with today's announcement, the UK will be spending more in cash terms than any NATO ally in Europe. And together, we are both firing up our defence industrial capacity. We're building new frigates here in Poland. And as you said, we're delivering a next-generation air defence system to help defend your skies. And as a result of our conversations, I'm pleased to say we will strengthen our cooperation in all the different formats so that we can work together on this crucial issue of air defence. I can also announce that next year we will be deploying RAF Typhoons here as well, emphasising how important we take this issue, and we want to help police Poland's skies. Air defence is critical, and the UK wants to support Poland and work closely with you to do that. We're also deploying over 16,000 troops here as part of the NATO exercise Steadfast Defender. So I'm proud that the UK is a partner of Poland and remains at the heart of European security, because that's good for our shared security and it's also good for our prosperity. I was pleased to note that our trade has doubled over the last few years, reaching now £30 billion. UK firms are investing in defence, in healthcare, infrastructure, and again, today we talked about deepening our energy partnership. And I'm glad that we've tripled UK export finance, support for Polish companies to buy goods and services from the UK, from £5 billion to £15 billion of financial support. That's the most generous offer we've made to any partner. And again, it's our close cooperation. And as you said, we're also working together to tackle illegal migration, which Putin and Lukashenko have sought to weaponize. And that's why we sent our Royal Engineers here last year to help secure your border, and why we're joining forces with others across Europe to smash the trafficking gangs. And there is, as you said, so much that unites us. There's an incredible affinity between our peoples. But I know, Donald, from our conversation that we have something else in common, that we are united by our admiration for one of Europe's great leaders. I'm, of course, talking about Margaret Thatcher. She was the first British Prime Minister to visit Poland back in 1988. But Donald knows that because you were there to meet her at Gdańsk shipyard. And just to conclude, in a speech during that visit, she described precisely the challenge before us today. She said, "Experiences teaches us that freedom incurs responsibility." And as ever, she was right. And I'm pleased that together, responsibility. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dziękujemy bardzo i dziękujemy Państwu.